In a future that grows ever closer, the fate of our Earth will lie in the hands of one man, a solitary warrior of great courage. His name is Dogen, and he is called the Finder. His enemy.
Well, I try to do these most Thursdays, although lately, other things have kept me busy. And one of those things, of course, is the fact that we're already in pre-production for a stage play. I have made a deal to mention this stage play every time I do a stream, so I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep mentioning it. So if you are from the UK and you want to come and support my work, you can do that by coming to Seven Magnificent Egos, which is booking now. It's at the Old Rose and Crown Theatre Pub. This is the debut of this play. It's never been on before, about the making of the Magnificent Seven. We finished casting it yesterday, and oh my God, what a cast. I can't wait for people to see this, but yeah, it's going to be a fantastic show. All the great actors are going to be in it. Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, James Coburn, Yul Brynner, Horst Schultz, Brad Dexter, the one that no one can remember. So yeah, if you are in the UK, do come along. If you want to support me, you can also buy tickets even if you can't make it, because that will count as a donation towards the production. Anyway, but we've got some other things to talk about. But before we get into those topics, I'm going to bring my guest panel of random retrobrates who all agreed at very short notice come on the channel. They are Toxic, the Proctophile, and Rachel Percy-Hart. Meow. Hello.
What's going on? It's been a wild couple weeks, man.
Yeah, well, as Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington says, so far this week is sucking. Trump Daddy is also Buffy Ann Summers. Not seen you before. Welcome to the channel. Hey, I died twice. As I did, I did say this, unfortunately, on Tuesday. I said, you know, when we lost Ozzy Osbourne, I said, you know, and we'd already lost another great icon before him. I said there's going to be a third one. There'll be a third one within a couple of days. It always happens. And I'm afraid, unfortunately, today we lost Hulk Hogan. So, yeah, and I think you'd be hard pushed to say, you know, I'm not the world's biggest expert on WWF. I'm aware of many characters. I've got a signed photograph and a signed copy of They Live vinyl soundtrack with Roddy Piper's signature on it.
That's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. You know, but I think I can say, even being a kind of just an observer of WWF rather than ever being a diehard fan of it, you would be hard pushed to find a WWF character or person from that world who is less beloved than Hulk Hogan. He was, in many ways, a caricature of himself, and I think he knew that. He kind of played this accentuated version of himself. I mean, the first time I kind of really was familiar with him was when he did his cameo role. I think it was in Rocky 3. I think he did. Yeah, he did a cameo in Rocky 3. That's really when I became aware of who he was, because I didn't really watch wrestling. I watched a little bit of UK wrestling when we had Giant Haystacks and Kid Chocolate and a couple of other sort of big UK characters I used to watch. Nice chap, sort of did a lot for charity, that kind of thing. You know, was a pretty beloved individual. But I'm now going to defer to my American panelists Thank you for popping in, Masters of TDS. Good to see you, James Evans, as well. To see, what their views and takes on this. Toxic, you a big fan of WWF and sort of Hulk Hogan?
Well, I'm not a big fan of WWF per se, but I mean, I did grow up with it in its heyday in the 80s. And like my first exposure was same as yours. It was Rocky III. I was super confused the next year, because I was very young. So when he showed up on, the wrestling thing hit really big in like 84 and 85, I was really confused because I thought he was a bad guy. I was like, this is the guy that beat up Rocky. So, and then, so I kind of had, but they had the cartoon and, they had the whole thing with him fighting Andre the Giant and things like that. So I grew up with that. My dad was a big fan of him. My dad looks like dead to rights, my dad passed away too. So, but he looked dead to rights like freaking Hulk Hogan. People were always calling him Hulk Hogan or just saying, hey, it's Hulk Kelly, so he was a big fan of his. He watched a lot of wrestling. So it was always on. There was a TV show he did in the 90s where he played an ex-Navy SEAL doing like mercenary work or something like that. And so that was pretty big. My dad watched that all the time. So, and then I watched, of course, their reality TV show. I kind of dug that. I thought that was a pretty interesting show as far as reality TV shows go. So yeah, no, I think he's definitely a complex kind of guy. He was, he was more than just like the sum of his parts as far as what he did in wrestling and stuff. And it was kind of hard for him to get away from that. And, I don't think he did very well in close scrutiny under the public eye. He's very much a product of the 70s and 80s, and it didn't translate well into the 2000s with, all the internet stuff. A lot of the things that he did that were pretty questionable got brought to light, but as did his, with his wife and his son, that whole family's kind of not super great people, but they're regular.
He was married 3 times, wasn't he? To Linda Claridge in 83. Then he married Jennifer McDaniel, divorced from her 2021, and then he married Sky Daly only 2 years ago, actually.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, Rachel, your marriage to Hulk Hogan was pretty short. That's not on Wikipedia, of course.
Lucky lady.
Yeah.
It's like one of those 24-hour things.
Right, sure. So
you get married in Vegas, wake up the next morning, realize the mistake you've made.
Yep, exactly.
We've all been there.
How did Hogan fit into your cultural upbringing?
Mine? Well,
no, Rachel.
Okay.
Well,
ladies go first.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of wrestling. That's not really my thing. I know that's probably a shock. But the movies he was in, he always had this larger than life presence. Even if he was in it for a few minutes, he left a mark on it, and you have to respect that.
Well, he left a mark on Richard Belzer, didn't he? That was the Belzer lawsuit. That I do remember, because he put him in a chokehold. He passed out. He smashed his head on the floor. Had a big gash, and he was hospitalized for that. He sued him for $5 million. I'm a massive Richard Belzer fan, by the way. I was really sad when he passed away.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean, I didn't realize. I knew about that lawsuit. I didn't know about the one against Vince McMahon relating to shipments of steroids. So I guess that's all steroids in the world of WWF. McMahon was found not guilty. And then there's the Gorka lawsuit. There's a sex tape between Hogan and Heather Clem, the estranged wife of radio personality Bubby the Love Sponge. Now, obviously, Proctofile, this will be your specialist area. Love triangles and such.
I'm not unfamiliar.
What can you tell us about this sex tape? Do you have a copy? Can you put the link in the chat?
Well, I'm not a mod, so I can't do that. Maybe in the
private chat. I'll pop it in there.
Give me a little bit. I'll hunt it down for you. But
I didn't know you weren't a mod. I'll make you a mod. Say something in the chat, and then I can mod you up. Yeah. So but what happened with this sex tape? I've never heard this story. I'm only seeing this now. I'm kind of doing a bit of research here.
I mean, it was one of those things. Bubba the Love Sponge is was a big radio personality over here back when radio was still a thing. He was like Timu version of Howard Stern, kind of, I mean, and it was one of those things that just got, I don't know what the purpose of it getting leaked was, other than it wasn't like a phone hack as far as I know or something. I think it's just somebody that had it out for him and made sure that it got leaked. And right around the same time, he was saying some, possible racist epithets and things like that. So kind of got him pretty kind of semi-canceled, so to speak. Him being a big Trumper didn't help things later. So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Right. But sorry, I heard some stuff about Trumps and things. I didn't hear anything about the detail of the sex tape. I feel this was missing from the conversation.
Let me, yeah. I mean, you don't want the sex tape, right? That's not what that's not what you're asking for, is it?
That's a whole other kind of stream there.
Well, I don't know. I'm just hearing about the sex tape. Was it one of these things where they did a sex tape deliberately and got it released for publicity, or
no.
Okay.
No, it was never supposed to see the light of day, but
So this is a bit like the Pamela Anderson one that got kind of stolen by the guy.
Well, I mean, like a more high tech. Yeah, like a more high tech version, because it helped. The Pam Anderson thing was just a couple of dum-dums that just ran across it in a while they were working on their house. And
I've seen the drama show. It was good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then this was similar in those.
Mistake.
Yeah, I think so. He wound up winning a $100 million lawsuit over this.
Well, I've read that Gawker reached a $30 million lawsuit settlement, $31 million settlement with Hogan. So Hogan, he sued for $100 million for defamation. So he sued for $100 million, but it was settled for $31 million.
Yeah.
I mean, $31 million. I could do with that.
Yeah, that'd help.
You can finally get that house in Miami that we've had our eye on for ages.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Hulk was. I don't believe it was like a purposely, Kardashian released, to get,
sure,
notoriety type thing. I think he honestly did not want that to get out. I think he had a legitimate friendship with this dude, but the dude's wife was, DTF. So I mean, listen, you can pull up pictures of the dude's wife. I mean, she's pretty hot. I mean, I'm not condoning extramarital affairs, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it. So, it is what it is.
Would highly advise against him.
Oh yeah, this is
just don't film it.
Good. That's good image, man.
No, just don't do it. Period. It's not worth it.
I mean, don't film it. I mean,
just don't do it.
Listen,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, we don't to file right.
I mean, yeah, of course you're going to say that, but I mean,
well, I've been there. Don't do it.
You've been on the receiving end of it, or the
I have been the other guy. Don't do it.
Oh wow,
the other guy. Damn.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, do we have the tape in question for this story?
I'm looking on Reddit now.
What are you going to do, Lance? You can't play it. What are you doing?
It's just his own twisted curiosity right now. He just needs to know.
What? Apparently, he busts out the N-word in there. What?
What's the cause of death with Hogan? I mean, I know he was 71. It was
cardiac arrest, from what I heard.
Cardiac.
Right. So, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it, with people with this kind of physique is, you have to have a strong heart when you've got a body that requires all of that work. A lot of bodybuilders, a lot of wrestlers, they do, that is a common cause of death, isn't it? Cardiac arrest is fairly common. I mean, to be fair though, when you think about, he must have done a fair portion of steroids in his life. To live to 71, it's not a bad innings, is it?
No, not bad.
No.
I really liked on the, a lot of people talk shit about the show and all the horrible things the family collectively did, and those things are not untrue. But I will say this: I'll say that of all the reality shows that were huge at the time, especially on VH1 and E Entertainment and MTV and stuff, I did like the Hogan family a lot. I liked their family dynamic. I liked how the wife at the time was always trying to get them to be healthier, and then they would like subvert her, and she'd be like, well, we gotta throw out all this food, and he'd go, what, who threw out all this food, brother? Like, where's my Big Macs? Who did this? And she was always trying to do stuff, and he was very indulgent with her. That's why I think like you can't. I mean, it's not right to cheat, but you cannot expect famous rich people to stay loyal. There's just it's just not possible. Like anyone who's saying that if they're rich and famous and they're staying loyal to their partner, then the only ones who are doing that are either A, in a coma of some kind, or B, they're like the person they're married to is their beard and they're actually in some sort of homosexual thing with some other person, male or female, depending on what their gender is. And in that way, they're still not being loyal. So either way, but it's just not possible to stay loyal while you're famous, especially after you've crossed 40 and 50 and hot chicks are still throwing it at you. And I know that's a real toxic, response and theory, but guess what? That's who you got on the channel. So that's what I'm going to say.
Mr. Pessimism.
Did you watch the spin-off show, Brooke Knows Best, which was
I did a bit. I will confess to having a little bit of a crush on Brooke. And I thought she was quite cute. I don't like what's going on now with her, but
what's going on with her now?
I think she's had some work done and she just doesn't look like she did back in the day.
Again, do we have video?
Let me see if let me or you mean you want to see what Brooke Hogan looks like now? Is that what you want?
Yeah, sure. I've just seen do you know what? I never knew she had her own show, first of all. I did see a couple of episodes of the Hogan reality show. I never got into it. And it wasn't broadcast regularly or stably over here. You said that show had a bad reputation, or is that they behaved in a certain way that was
it wasn't while the show was airing. It was like after the show was done, it got like people look back on it Monday morning quarterback, looking at things of the early aughts with current day eyes and things of that nature. Right. So people are kind of like, oh yeah, of course that's really horrible. And I mean, to be fair, I mean, the son did run somebody over and got one of his friends killed or something like that, racing cars. And you
have video.
Jesus, Lance. Good luck. I didn't know. Listen, you asked me 5 minutes before we went. I didn't know I was supposed to have all this research done for you. Jeez.
Well, these are all big things, I'm being told. Suddenly, now his son's killed someone. I was like, shit. That went from 0 to 50. I mean, there.
He didn't kill him on purpose, but I mean,
sure.
I mean, but yeah, no. And then you had I think Brooke got kind of really promiscuous. This is from 2016, so this is almost 10 years ago, and you can see she's already getting work done. I think I've got a comparison photo here somewhere.
Yeah. Well, when you're forced into reality TV shows like that, like she was kind of encouraged.
No, I'm not saying. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand it, but I mean, at the same time, it's one of those things where I mean, she's kind of quite the bombshell for a while.
Didn't her father get upset with her, like dating black guys or something?
Yeah, that was a thing. She was messing around with rappers and DJs and stuff like that. Also, there was Hogan was nailing one of his daughter's friends, and then the wife was nailing one of the son's friends. And yeah, that was like a thing.
Hang on, when was do we have video? When was
no?
That's the guy. That's
the pro wrestling world gets fucking weird real quick.
Yes, it does.
So he was dating one of his daughter's friends, and his wife was dating one of their son's friends. So that they both suddenly did a bit of what do you call it? They were both cougarish all of a sudden. Yeah,
I mean, I think that goes past
all of a sudden.
I think that goes past cougar and goes into kind of icky grooming type situation.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, what kind of age difference are we talking about here? This isn't on his Wikipedia page. I can't see this on his Wikipedia page.
Late teens, early 20s in both instances, I think, because I think it was they were doing this while they were estranged from each other, and then shortly after the show stopped. So 2009 or 10-ish. I don't know. You got to remember, I also went to Iraq around that time. So, I wasn't up on my social media and stuff like that. No. But then they had, the whole fallout of the Hogans. And they're like, oh, the son, killed one of his friends in a drag racing thing. And then Hulk is nailing one of Hulk and the wife is split, and now Hulk is nailing one of the wife's or one of the daughter's friends, and now the wife she's nailing one of the son's friends, and it was like a lot of icky stuff was going on. So people were kind of like, ugh, not. There's a current thing down there of Brooke right now below if you want to pull it up.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Poor girl.
Okay. Yeah, what's going on?
A lot happened.
All that plastic.
Yeah, that's
she's gonna get those moles checked.
I do believe somebody said, do you have video? And like, so there you go.
Oh, indeed, yeah. We did ask for it. I've got a picture of Hulk Hogan's last wife, who was a yoga instructor. So clearly she was able to bend him all the right directions. But yeah, I mean, they look happy there. They've got a sort of nice, happy.
He certainly had a type, didn't he?
Well, I think when you get to a certain age as well, and you've dated a bit, or you've married and been divorced a couple of times or whatever, a couple of things may have happened. You may have learned from your mistakes, or you may be destined to repeat them. I'm certainly trying to not do that myself. I'm just started a new relationship with somebody, but it's tricky because they are going to be moving back to a different country fairly soon, so we don't kind of know what the future holds at the moment, but we're not overthinking that right now.
I would probably swipe her passport would probably be my first move there.
Yeah, the toxic advice, the guaranteed benchmark of success. Well, yeah. Oh, Doc Vader's here. Dude, I've been trying to get this guy to come on my channel for forever. Dude, if you want to come on, I'll drop you the link on Twitter right now. He's got a cool channel. Yeah, always love this kind of duck artwork stuff that he puts up. I like that.
Be careful to avoid the vitamins that Hulk was taking.
Yeah, gonna train hard, say a lot more prayers, and eat a ton of vitamin. Yeah, just not vitamin C right now. Unless you don't want to go to bed until like 6.
You watch that Mickey Rourke movie from 2009, The Wrestler, and it really opens your eyes to what these guys put themselves through for decades and decades, and like what kind of a toll it takes. You can probably imagine, Hulk was, very similar, not too dissimilar. I'd actually be shocked if at least some of that wasn't based off of. I mean, I know Hulk Hogan is the exception. He's like the top tier, The Rock, John Cena, super, and they have the lower level guys that are just kind of, blue collar, wrestler types or whatever, but they all have to kind of do the whole thing. They have to look super buff. They have to put this kind of pain, and, it doesn't matter that it's scripted or that it's, all of that damage still gets done.
Well, here's the thing.
Body.
Like, a lot of people don't really understand, like, when it comes to pro wrestling, it is scripted. It is not fake. All those hits are fucking real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And the padding on the mat is a 1/4 inch thick. That's all standing between you and some plywood. So, like,
yeah.
And once again, speaking from experience here.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, for those people that don't know, Proctor Fire was also a successful WWF wrestler for many years.
I was involved with an indie group shortly for a little while in my mid-20s.
Here he is again, not long after his engagement with Sky Brooke. So he was 69 at the time, and she was 45. I think that's a perfectly acceptable age gap. In a now deleted post, Hogan said she was crazy enough to say yes. But, hey, I mean, at the end of the day, why not? At least they had a couple of years together. Some marriages have not lasted that long. So, yeah. It's,
I need to reach out to her and give her my condolences and find out how much of that money she's got. See if I can make that thing work.
It's very considerate of you to be concerned for her.
I mean, she's obviously got a type. She likes the big, buff, blonde dudes. Who like.
I'm sure your girlfriend will understand.
Hey, listen. You got to. Hey, I'm like a woman in that way. I don't let go one branch without grabbing onto another one. You know what I'm saying?
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
That's very well put. And they do grab those branches. They usually set those branches up in advance. Yeah, something else I was going to say about something that's happening in recent times, and it's not to do with Hogan. It's completely gone out of my head, and I was thinking, oh, this would be a good topic to bring up tonight. And guess what? Now I've forgotten it. Toxic, the perfect shoulder for her to cry on. Flav, good to see you, buddy. I saw you in the chat there in Open Bar. Let me know if you want to pop on. I'll send you the link.
Wasn't there another celebrity that did die though, but didn't get as much attention as the Fab Three here? Didn't we have like a musical artist, a female musical artist passed away last week or this week?
That's entirely possible, but I'm not sure who that was. I
can't think of her name right now, but I believe she was 83, and she was
right.
Yeah. So
was that the black female singer?
I'm looking it up now, Lance. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
83 is a pretty ripe age to make it up to.
Yeah. I'll be surprised.
I mean, to be fair, with the kind of lives that all of these guys, with the exception of Malcolm Jamal, all these guys and ladies, I mean, it's sad, but I mean, they all kind of lived, I guess rough life is not but they lived like extensive lives, like, full lives of lots of stuff happening. So it's not like a 16-year-old Disney kid passing away from a tumor or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to sound, cold-hearted about it, but
no, it is a reality of life. Nobody gets out of this game clean. So
I have remembered what I wanted to talk about.
Connie Francis.
Well, that's the name of the lady who passed away.
Okay.
She was musical theatre, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's definitely something. There's definitely a clip I want to show, and I have a feeling we might be allowed to show this.
Finally, something we can show.
Well, possibly.
Don't get your hopes up.
Well, yeah, a new episode of one of my favorite shows dropped today, and I believe they want this to be seen. Okay, so that's the new episode of South Park. I have seen the whole thing, and I have to say I could not stop laughing pretty much the whole way through, and it's a very clever episode because they basically, now that Cartman is complaining because all the woke humor has been cancelled. So because all the woke humor has been cancelled, there's nothing for him to laugh at anymore. So he and all of South Park complains, but that also ties into South Park getting pulled from Comedy Central, which South Park are alleging higher powers have something to do with because they got word on what the content of this season was going to be. So there's a whole subtext to the plot of the first episode about basically South Park protesting and therefore being removed from the main schedule, but it's all done through the narrative of the town protesting. So it's pretty interesting, actually. It's a very clever episode. It's one of those episodes where they've clearly put it together in light of what happened in the last week. So I'm very interested to see where it goes. I appreciate that we have Republicans in the House, but who are people here still fans of the show? Let me know. Tox.
I have not kept up with this show. I can remember a time when I never missed an episode, but somewhere along the line, and it's not down to anything with the quality of it or anything. I just kind of just fell off with it, and I don't. Every now and then, one of my fellow YouTubers will be like, "You gotta check this, recent episode, and I'll find it somewhere and watch it." But for the most part, I just kind of fell off with it. I mean, it's not anything wrong with the show. It's just not something I really keep up with anymore.
Yeah, same. Like, since I've been mostly focusing on like physical media and stuff, like unless I actually enjoy something enough to actually purchase it and own it forever, then I'm probably just gonna miss it. And sadly, that did wind up happening with South Park.
Rachel.
Yeah, there was a time when I watched it a lot, but probably not in a decade, to be honest. It just doesn't appeal to me anymore. I grew out of it, I guess.
Which is fine.
Lance, you see this comment from James Evans? Were people? I didn't catch all of the drinkers chat today because I had to go to work. Were there people in the chat being pissy about the episode, and they think that Trump can't be made fun of or something like that?
Then there were some people in the chat that weren't happy, but
do you know what? I was on all of Open Bar except for about an hour.
Okay.
And that must have been when I was eating my dinner, because if they talked about South Park, I missed it. And I had it on in the background the whole time, so that must have been the one bit of time when I was cooking in the kitchen. Must have been then. I think, look, the bottom line is if you can't laugh at anything, then you've got to have a sense of humor. It's because there's something that the world is missing at the moment. Is it's missing a sense of humor. But I can understand why depictions of Trump with a small wiener would upset. Now, at the end of the episode, South Park is threatened with massive legal action, right? The town of South Park. But what they're really saying is the show of South Park, directly by Trump. So they receive a call from the... So we're getting into spoilers for the episode here, but it's not really spoilers.
Yeah,
it's not really a plot thing. And what happens is, at the end of the episode, they do an endorsement for Trump, where he's walking through the desert in a suit. It's all done with AI. It looks really good. And there's like one of these kind of political voiceovers, like political ads when people are voting and stuff. And it's saying Trump will walk through the desert so that you don't have to. It's this kind of thing. And as he's going through the desert, he's getting hotter and hotter. So he ends up taking off all of his clothes. And of course, his physique is not too appealing. And then he eventually collapses into the desert, and his own dick ends up talking to him.
oh my God.
You guys can visualize this. And then at the end of that conversation, it's sort of Trump, he'll walk through fire, so you don't have to. It's this kind of thing. And so it's basically, they were put into a position where they had to, in the sketch, in the end of the show, when they get the call, when the lawyer gets the call, he says, "Okay, yeah, we agree to do an advert that endorses Trump," and so that's the advert that goes on the end, which is an endorsement, but it's just like they just took the piss in the biggest way that they could. But I mean, for me, it's like it's always been a show that takes like loads of risks, and that's what I want to see South Park do. I want to see it take the piss out of absolutely everybody, and it wasn't just taking the mick out of Trump that episode. There was a lot of other things that got it, and both sides of the whole woke argument, all that sort of stuff, and so yeah, I thought it was good. But
Nice.
yeah, so it's back on form. I look forward to seeing what the other episodes are. I've seen the trailers for it. Now, talking of trailers, it was mentioned on Drinkers thing that the trailer for the new Avatar movie is out, like a teaser. So I went to look for it. There's about 5 different teasers on YouTube, and I can't tell which ones of them are fake and which ones of them are not. But they definitely do have some new footage in, unless somebody's created that footage with AI, which is entirely possible, and I just can't tell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, because of how heavy they rely on graphics, like that could easily be fake.
Yeah, unless you get it from. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, do you guys want to have a look and see if you can find the real one?
Yeah.
Sure, let's try it.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get the stream taken down, let's do it.
I mean, yeah, I don't care whether the stream gets taken down. It's not like I'm making $1,000 on this video. So, damn, I've just seen Hulk Hogan's wiener. Okay. All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Was
thank
it
you,
less?
man.
Was it less or more
Working on
impressive than
things.
Trump's?
Definitely more impressive than Trump's. Substantially more. It's funny. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm keen to see, you know, what is the real trailer, and yeah. So, because I'd like to know. I mean, look, I know I'm alone in this, but I am actually one of the few people that's a massive fan of the Avatar universe. I like it.
You're not alone in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite different. I really like the first film. Second film was a bit of a letdown, but I was still like, hey, I'm enjoying going back to this world. I'm liking the new creatures. I'm liking the expansion.
Yeah, it has a lot of potential.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, it probably would have worked better as a TV show continuing it. But
probably.
But although you know, it needs to be seen on the big screen, I get that. I went to see it in 4D the second one, so I was getting thrown around in my chair and turned upside down and all this kind of shit. Anyway, yeah. So I got another quick clip of the South Park thing for you. When he gets into bed with his lover, and the lover complains that he used to date somebody just like this and a while ago, and he can barely
just fucking around.
Yeah, so I quite like the idea that they're basically Saddam Hussein somehow is secretly Trump. I quite like that idea. But yeah, it's funny. So yeah, they've got the same thing with him with the devil again. The devil not being impressed with any of his actions.
Of course not.
So do we have this trailer? Have we found the official one?
Yeah, I've got 3 of them right here if you want to see.
Yeah. Do you want to? Can you share the thing? Let's have a look. Or is it? Have you put it in the chat already?
I can put it in the private chat, right?
Put it in the private chat.
On it.
Okay. Right, now, yeah, just to make sure I'm not opening the earlier link, of course. Which,
no, don't do that.
Oh.
That really will get it taken down.
Well, that's the end of the Outcast Creative.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, that would...
My work here is done.
That would not be good.
World to protect this one. But the RDA, they never left.
Okay.
Pause.
Yeah.
There was a time when balance ruled our world, when the spirits whispered through every...
So you've got I'll pause this because I don't want to get it to get taken down. You've got a few new shots here. I think I have seen this one, but there were about 3 of these, and they were all slightly different. And the voices, the new voiceover voices, were so jarring. I thought, is this fake? So it does sound
There was a time...
It does sound very Patrick Stewart narrating. There's that kind of vibe in it. But this is a new shot, so this must be when something's been destroyed by the bad guys.
Well, I say unless it hits like Oprah Winfrey narrating,
when balance
like
ruled
that level of awkward, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. This is a new shot as well. Don't think this was not in the second movie, so this is presumably somewhere getting destroyed or on fire. Either that or their central heating for that tree house has gone a bit out of control.
when the
Global warming's the thing, even on other planets.
So this is a slightly different tribe, I think, from what we've seen before.
every
And I'm guessing there's going to be uniting of all tribes. So I'd like to see more of what's going on in the skies above. I would like to see more of, how many RDA ships are there? Have they built a massive space station, which they probably would have done? Things like that.
But now the Earth.
So this is interesting. So this is a place that's been burned already.
Yeah.
And he's gone back there for whatever reason. I'm wondering if at some stage that that might be like they go back to the Tree of Souls and that's been destroyed.
Trembles beneath fire.
Yeah. So is that the tree from the first movie?
Could be. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
because they're supposed to be going
Fire.
to see the fire tribe, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Now this shot here, I think that's actually the shot from the extended version of the first film where they burn the big tractor,
Yeah.
which is a scene that was cut from the original cinema release. So that's just been reinserted. So this is not a shot from Fire and Ash.
And this
But this is a new character, and there you go. We've got a volcano in the background there. Look.
Yeah.
is the start of war.
So this is the new settlement from the Earth. I reckon what's going to happen, by the way, at some point they're going to attack this with a huge fleet of sea creatures, and the combined power of the creatures, it's going to be a bit like the Abyss director's cut. It's going to create this massive wave, which is going to go over the walls, go through, sweep in through the city, tons of water all over the. So it's going to be a combination of the end of the Abyss and the Two Towers, where they break the dam. It's going to be a bit like that. That's what I reckon is going to happen at some point.
Safe bet.
These people are not like us. They were born in darkness, shaped by pain.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these shots are from the other films.
Mhm.
So there's a few shots there that are from the first movie. That
They
looks
want
new,
our
though.
world in flames.
Okay, so this is new.
Some of this looks like it might even come from the video game.
Well, that's also
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
Like that one
Drown their
shot.
fire in our
Like it.
blood.
I think that
I will protect my family.
that's weird because that
Yeah,
voice
that
doesn't.
voiceover.
That doesn't match him at all.
No,
No. So what's
Nope.
going on there?
this isn't an official trailer. That's what.
This is where Batman comes in.
Okay. So are we sure this are we sure this isn't a fan trailer? Oh look, here we go. It's fan made.
Hmm.
See?
Yeah.
Did you not miss that bit, Proctofile, in the
I just clicked the first 3 that I found.
Fuck. Okay, so this is a fan made one. That's why I keep saying like lots of these shots are
let's
from
see if
the
I can
previous movie.
find
Okay.
official.
Apparently there is an official one that's out. Let's see if we can find it, or anyone in the chat that's watching. Now that we've made idiots of ourselves for about 10 minutes, thanks for that. You're on thin ice.
Oh,
That's creative. Mention my package again, and I'll see the show.
I got it,
Okay.
man. I'm downloading it right now, so you don't have to stream it.
Oh, great. Okay, so you found the official one?
what?
Yes, sir.
Why is there
Okay,
a
good.
Mask 3?
There's a Mask 3?
Apparently, it's let's see a link for a trailer coming out in potentially 2026, but that looks AI as fuck.
That's not true. That has not been announced or anything, and it would have been announced. They wouldn't have just plopped a teaser.
Yeah. God, the AI was a fucking mistake. Some of these things look horrendous.
I mean,
Like-
that's what I was thinking about. Some of that stuff didn't look great. Let me know when you got it, Tox, and we'll. Yeah.
There's a ton of in Proctophile's defense. There's a ton of fan-made shit in here, like spamming everything. So you got to be really careful. So give me another second.
Okay, no problem.
That's like every movie that comes out. If it's even kind of popular or a franchise of some kind, there are 100 AI trailers for every real one.
I know, and that's getting
Ridiculous.
worse. That's getting worse now because they're much easier to make now. Anybody can make an AI trailer now. You've got an edit suite, and you got one of the new AI software programs.
Yeah, so there's no trailer, boss. Whoever told you it's just like 26 different fan-made trailers. I went to the description on all of them. So
Okay.
I'd be willing to bet whatever Proctophile found, the other two are probably, if he goes in the description of whatever it is, it's going to say.
Okay, so maybe Drinker got fooled because I thought he was pretty unlikely to fall for that kind of thing, but he must have done.
Well,
the thing with some of these AI trailers, they get picked up by the news outlets, and they pass on that this is a real trailer. And it takes a couple hours, and then they figure it out. But by that time, the show has already gone on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts. Are people excited to see Avatar: Fire and Ash? I mean, I want to see it.
I am.
Hell.
I mean,
I'll probably miss it.
I'm excited. I've enjoyed all of them. So
Lance,
Yeah,
you know
two for
that's
two.
how I met. That's how I met Stupenzo. Sorry, Proxfile. That's how
No
I
worries.
met Stupenzo. I'd never streamed with him before, and he knew Blue Collar, and Blue Collar and I had done a couple things together. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna do Avatar. Let's find someone who will just, they both loved it. They're like, we're gonna, rewatch Avatar before the new one comes out, and then talk about the new one. Let's get somebody on here that'll kind of, go up against us a little bit." And Blue Collar said, "I got the perfect guy." And he said, "Hey man, come on, we're gonna talk about Avatar." I'm like, "Hell no!" And he said, "No, that's the energy we want. We want you to kind of just say whatever you want about it." And the new movie, I was like, "Man." So I came on there, and that's kind of how the three of us linked up originally. And then,
Well, actually, how me and Copa met, which is how I then went on to meet Canoli Sasquatch and Gord King and all those guys. That all came about because of a discussion of Avatar. Because I was watching Copa do a stream, and I said, "Actually, I'm a massive fan of Avatar. I love it." And I said, "But I'm quite happy to have you come on my channel and let's have a discussion about why I like it and why you don't." And he took me up on it, and that was I think he was one of the first guests on my channel to talk about Avatar, which was kind of nuts when you think about it. I mean, that's, to me, that's kind of living proof of, you know what, we don't all have to like the same shit. We can talk about it as adults about why we like something or why we don't like something, and we can still be friends. And actually, of course, me and him have lots of other things in common that we do like.
yeah.
100%.
Well, who
Like,
wants to listen to I get bored listening to a podcast echo chamber. I mean, I can only hear new Star Wars sucks so bad, or the Andor is the greatest thing ever that should have saved Star Wars so many times.
I should have told Will, because I'm a massive Judge Dredd fan, and I also read probably the first 400 comics, most of which had a Judge Dredd story in 2000 AD. And I have a lot of the compilations, and of course, because I'm a film director and I'm a writer, I would love to be able to make a Judge Dredd movie, or even better, I would love to be able to make a single season of a Judge Dredd television show.
No
doubt,
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, and so the team of Taika and this writer have got the rights, and they're going around trying to find money. Now,
that's such a fucking mistake.
Well, the writer, I would agree, because the writer's pedigree of work is not great. However, I don't think that Taika Waititi is as bad a director as some people make out. If you look at the independent projects he's done, and Hunt for Wilder People and all those other films, those films are all really fucking good. Jojo Rabbit's a really good movie.
Jojo Rabbit's amazing.
It's
Jojo Rabbit's
not
good.
his directing.
Yeah, go ahead, Rachel. Go ahead.
It's not his directing that's the problem. It's that he has this excess of ideas for properties that he really shouldn't be attached to. Like, some things he shouldn't be doing. When it's his idea and it's his concept, he's great.
Rachel, that's exactly what I was gonna. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
But I do think somebody with a childlike mentality might, and I say might, be the right person to direct Dredd, because to have the right Dredd show, it's got to have the action quality of a Die Hard movie, and by that I mean the first Die Hard movie. But it's got to have the same humor as a Die Hard movie, because if you read a Judge Dredd comic, there are jokes in it that they're dry as anything, but they are very funny, usually over the brutality or sentencing of crimes and this sort of thing.
Well, yeah, that's how 2012's Dredd was. It was dry, funny. I mean, they picked a great actor for that. They did everything right in 2012. It was the marketing, and it was the trying to jump on the coattails of the 3D thing that was going on at the time. Again, I was overseas, so I didn't see it till it was on streaming and video and stuff. But I mean, I thought it was like a perfect Dredd movie. Again, I don't know as much about the comics as you do, but I think you'd agree. I think 2012 Dredd, I think it got a lot more right than it
did. I really like the costumes. I like the judges. I like the fact that Urban didn't take his helmet off. I actually thought the story was fine. I didn't see the similarity to it being similar to the Raid beyond the fact they both take place in the building. That was it.
Yeah, 100%. Like at that point, so many movies were coming out in 3D, and like as soon as somebody even put out that idea, like or as soon as I heard that a movie was coming out in 3D, I would skip it. Like
yeah.
Well, I can't see 3D, so I can't even watch it. It doesn't do anything for me. So like it just looks like a big fuzzy blur to me. So
well, at the time we couldn't even watch them. We didn't have a screen that would accept 3D movies, so I didn't get to see it until years later when it popped up on Epix, I believe, is where I got to see it.
So what does your world look like in 2D?
I got a damaged retina from getting blown up in Iraq, so I can't see stuff like that.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Did you serve in Iraq?
Yeah.
So what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't write him off as quick as everybody else, because I think he does have ability, but I do think he's paired with the wrong writer. That writer has penned some real piss poor projects, and I'm not sure he's the best person to do. And also, if you're going to do a Dredd script, you should have an English writer on it. It's an English product that was created by an English creative team. There are literally hundreds of Dredd fans who are also writers, many of whom have written successful science fiction novels, scripts, etc. And I'm just one of them, and this isn't a big pitch for me to get the job, although I'd like to have it.
Let's get Lance Nielsen writing this. Is it a show or is it a movie that they're going to do?
I think they're going to do a movie. It's a shame that the Mega City One project is kind of stalled. I know we talked about that on the Nielsen Rating.
Yeah.
So that's the project I would like to see.
We're gonna get you in there, Lance. Hashtag Lance Nielsen for writing of the new Dredd film.
So I haven't done a comedy. I did the stream where the whole stream is completely fake, like the Thing the musical. We're doing the review of the Thing the musical starring the Muppets. So a really great, fun stream to do if we got a group of panelists and everybody was being really sincere. So we just play the gag straight the whole time. It's like the campaign for Timothy Chalamet to be Judge Dredd. That would be great.
Oh my word!
You are a funny man.
Listen, it would be fun though. That would be a fun. That'd be a fun joke to play. Because people would be like, are these guys serious? Which, of course, we wouldn't be. But we would just be playing it like we were completely serious.
Yeah.
No, well, a lot of serious. 100% serious.
Yeah.
Well, some of my favorite series are based on the most ridiculous premise, but they play it dead serious, and it makes it amazing.
Right. Which give me an example.
My favorite go-to is Kaijo.
Okay.
Imagine sumo wrestling on a platform above a pool, except the competitors are only allowed to attack with their ass and tits.
Oh my god!
No other
Rachel,
physical contact is allowed.
You took part in this, Rachel. How did it work out?
I didn't get paid. I didn't get asked back.
Oh.
You should have got one of those WNBA t-shirts that said, "Pay me what you owe me."
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I missed out on that one.
It worked out so well you don't remember a thing.
But as absurd as the premise is, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, possibly coming to this channel soon, a lively debate about the merits of Timothy Chalamet playing Judge Dredd. You heard it here first. I might actually do that.
Listen. In defense of Timothy, I get it that he looks like a little fancy boy and all that stuff, but one, he's pretty versatile and he's pretty funny when he wants to be. And two,
listen, he's a fucking great actor. I really like him.
Good. I was ready to follow him in Dune 2 to go fight the other houses. Like I was like, okay, this is my guy right here. So I mean, if you needed, I mean, Dredd would obviously not be a great, but if you needed somebody like wiry to, you know,
I'll tell you who he would be brilliant at playing in the Dredd universe. No joking at all. Marlon Shakespeare. He'd be fantastic as him, if you know who that is. Does anybody know who Marlon Shakespeare is in the Dredd universe? So in the Dredd universe, there is a character called Chopper, and there's a storyline, and he comes up in the storyline in various Dredd storylines. Probably, I mean, he's probably come up about 10 times now, but at the time I was reading it, he'd done maybe 3 or 4 Dredd stories, and he's Dredd's graffiti art nemesis. So of course graffiti art is illegal in Mega City 1, and Marlon Shakespeare is this guy who goes around painting Chopper. He does a Chopper graffiti art thing, and he is the initial storyline is he's trying to do it in the most daring place possible, and he's going up against this guy called the Phantom, and the Phantom turns out to be an android, like a cleaning droid that's gone like rogue, who decides to do graffiti art, which is a pretty cool story of itself. But this is Marlon Shakespeare, so you could definitely picture Timothée Chalamet playing him. So
That's a very interesting look.
Yeah, if you were going to do, if you were going to do a Dredd TV series, let's say 10 one-hour episodes, I would definitely do a Chopper episode in there, or at least make him part of an episode and maybe have him come back towards the end. He's kind of a fun character, and he's sort of he's not one of the bad guys. Nadia's got a stream starting soon. What time's that? Is that in like 14 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cool, because I want to wrap this up by 1 o'clock my time, so that kind of works. So what is she covering tonight?
We are on Thursday nights. We do The Institute from MGM Plus, the new Stephen King adaptation.
Oh, so by the way, dude, I'm on episode 3 of that.
Oh, okay.
I followed your recommendation on the Nielsen ratings.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm watching it. Sorry, actually, I'm right at the end of episode 2.
Okay.
Because it's crying in the corridor. The girl's looking at him.
Sure.
Going kind of weird. They're exchanging an intense look, and then she's like, "Don't." He's allergic. Not that I've got it on right now, but I might have. So yeah, I'm quite into it. You're right. It's kind of fire starter. But
I realize that it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning where you're at. Would you like me? I know a couple people dropped out. Would you like me to ask her if you could join, or is this way too late for you?
No, I could pop on for a little bit.
Okay. Let me.
You guys, which episode are you discussing though?
Well, we're on episode 3 now, so I mean, I'm sure she'd love. I'm sure she'd love to hear your. I don't think it would ruin too much for you with the watching. I mean, obviously that's your call, but I'm sure
what I could do is pop on for a little bit and just say what I think of the first couple of.
Let me double check with her because it's her stream.
All right, cool. Anyway, all right. Well, let's begin to wrap up here, because I was going to do that anyway, because I wanted to come down by 1. Rachel, you got anything else you want to say about Mr. Hogan, or recent events, or the size of your president's wiener?
That's a detail I could go without knowing anything more about.
Yeah, for sure, right?
This is the world we live in, where we now measure the president's junk.
Yeah.
Yep. Nothing makes you feel better. We've been doing it for ages.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it's got to be South Park, really.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, Rachel Percy's art is available, as are commissions from her. And in fact, you can find her links on the last Nielsen ratings, because I remembered to put them there. Very important. But yeah, do check it out. Proctafile, you got anything you want to plug or anything before we begin to wrap up?
Yeah, this weekend, say, barring any more technical issues, we'll be on the Mixed Media Podcast. We'll be interviewing a guy named Sean Grenier from the Canvas YouTube channel. I've been talking with this guy on and off for about 3 years now, and finally got the opportunity to actually do a collab, which is absolutely amazing because he and I don't agree on anything.
I kind of like that. I like that when people, and is this called the Canvas 2,800 subscribers? Is that the one?
He's got over 500,000.
Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one then. Oh, hang on, Sean Grenier, the Canvas, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I see him.
That's the one.
Yeah. So let me just give his channel a plug quickly.
Cool.
Oh well, yeah, I'm going to plug something if you're going to talk about it. Got to be plugged, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the right one, presumably.
Yep.
So the Canvas makes weekly videos on various artworks, famous or not. That's kind of cool. That's kind of different, isn't it?
Indeed. Yeah, he spans a very wide range of subjects and covers them very thoroughly, and often presents them with a certain political slant because that is one of his major interests. But despite all of our differences between him and myself, I do appreciate that he's willing to actually discuss topics and not just present stuff as fact.
Sure.
So it should be a very interesting time.
How this movie made me quit my full-time job. So which film is this? Lance Nielsen's The Journey? Maybe not. I'm curious to see Wim Wenders' Perfect Days. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Wim Wenders is an interesting director. There's also Rachel. There's a stream here you should have been on. No great women artists. What's going on? That definitely should have been on there. Cool. Okay, we'll send him my best. And sounds like a cool guy. Let me give him I'll give him a sub there.
May I plug a friend's channel since he stopped in earlier?
Yeah, absolutely. Who was that?
Master of the TDS stopped in earlier. He is the host of a channel called Gothic Therapy. They do a stream every Sunday at 7 p.m. PST. I've been modding for him for about 10 months now, and I absolutely love those guys.
This guy here.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, 15,000 subscribers, doing well.
Yep.
YouTube broke the algorithm. Clickbait is dead. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep, that was an expose that he discovered that a lot of views that you'll get on your channel don't count anymore unless people actively engage, watch beyond a certain point, or comment and actually interact with your channel.
Right.
So that's why so many channels were just dying over the past few months.
Who the fuck is Kim Belair? What's all this about?
She is the head of a group called Sweet Baby Inc. They are a narrative consultation company. Yep.
Oh, the enemy.
The enemy company.
They are the enemy, Lance. That's the enemy right there.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard all about Sweet Baby Inc.
Drinker did a whole video on them.
He did. Yeah. I remember it. Yeah.
And Master TDS does a lot of investigations into their work, and I actually help him with that. I actively play all the video games to actually judge the shit as accurately as possible.
I'm going to give him a subscribe. Thank him for popping into my channel earlier, and he's welcome on any time. Oh, my friend Lorena Creole is currently streaming as well. So
I will let him know. Thank you very much.
Live right now. Yeah, no worries, man. I think there's a few videos of his I want to watch here. I mean, Drinker did a great video recently about consoles and why they're dying, and it is very simple. Especially people of our age, if we're I want to whack on a game, go on Call of Duty, kill some things, you want to be able to switch the console on and be hitting them buttons on your pad 5 minutes later, and that now is an impossibility on any games console. You're lucky especially if you haven't used the console for a while, which for me that's always the case. And if I'm like, let's get on my Xbox One, I haven't used that for 6 months, mate, it's 24 hours minimum before I can get that baby going because I've got all these updates to do. I've got to do this.
Yeah.
That's why I still have an Xbox 360.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got my 360. It is in the shed somewhere.
I'm surprised y'all's work. I'm PlayStation all the way, just because.
I wish mine still worked, but they died a long time ago.
Yeah,
I killed them.
there's a lot to be said about like old games consoles, and I know there's a lot of people going back to them, and I think that they should bring out a new games console that's not a live gaming platform. That's, you know, you buy stuff, you pop it in, and it works. You know
I
what I mean?
agree. I don't like to play with other people. I like solo campaigns. So why do I have to
Right.
put up with that being new?
You don't want to inflict your misery upon the world. We understand.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you're missing out on Helldivers. It's a blast.
I
Hey, boss,
know. I want
I
to
am-
play it so bad.
I got to jump off because I got to prep for the next stream. So thank you so much for having me. And Proctophile, your voice is melodic. I love you have a great voice behind there. So we should collab together. Let me know. Find me on X and we'll do something.
That's toxic. That's Toxic's way of courting. So just
be careful. You know me. I'm hypergamous.
Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. Well, look, this was thanks to my panelists for coming on. Rachel, the Proctophile, and Toxic. I haven't done one of these for a couple of weeks, so we're going to wrap it up there. And I may do another one of these next Thursday. We'll see how zonked I am for the weekend, because it's a big rave weekend for me. And I'm taking my new lady friend raving for the first time. She's never been to a rave before, so
hell yeah!
So she's going to Coco Cannon Palace. It's going to be wicked. Really
That's
looking forward
awesome.
to it. And she's booked the whole weekend off to spend it with me, so we're going to have a massive romantic weekend, a whole weekend planned. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm so happy for both of you.
Oh, bless you, man.
That's
Thanks.
wonderful.
All right. Well, on that bombshell, we shall jump off. Thanks, guys. I may or may not be popping up on Nadia's channel. It won't be for too long, because I'll need to get to bed myself soon. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Oh.